Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today, we will discuss the following. Impulse. To delve into the concept of instinct, it is essential to first understand what is meant by impulse. According to the Royal Spanish Academy, RAE, impulse can be defined from several perspectives. As the action and effect of propelling, an instigation or suggestion, the force that propels a body in motion or growth, and also as that desire or affective motive that leads us to act suddenly, without pondering the possible consequences. This mechanism of impulse is an inherent trait in all living beings, acting as an essential engine that guides behavior in response to different stimuli or situations. Specifically, in the context of canine psychology, impulse manifests as an internal force that motivates the animal to carry out certain actions instinctively, without the intervention of complex cognitive processes or deep deliberations. In this framework, impulse stands as the tendency or push towards an impulsive action, that is, an automatic reaction that occurs without the influence of prior reasoning. These actions, which flow naturally from the inside to the outside of the being, are characterized by their spontaneity and the lack of foresight of their consequences. In canines, for example, we can observe basic impulses such as the search for food, protection against threats, or play, which are deeply rooted in their instinct. This understanding of impulse as a primary and instinctive phenomenon allows for a better appreciation of the complexity of canine behavior. Impulses not only direct basic actions, but also influence the way dogs interact with their environment, responding to specific stimuli immediately and, often, predictably. Recognizing and understanding these impulses is crucial for those who live and work with dogs, as it provides important keys for their management, training, and emotional well-being. Thus, the relationship between impulse and instinct becomes indispensable in the study of canine psychology. By understanding impulse as the foundation upon which instinctive behaviors are based, pathways open for a deeper comprehension of the motivations and intrinsic needs of dogs, which is essential for fostering harmonious coexistence and adequate psycho-emotional development. Impulses in living beings, and especially in dogs, can originate from various forms, causes, and reasons that directly affect their behavior and reactions to different situations. Among these motivations are need, desire, and impatience, each playing a crucial role in the way dogs interact with their environment. Need refers to the search for something absent but essential for the dog's well-being. This can range from basic needs, such as food, hydration, and shelter, to more complex needs, such as socialization and exercise. The action of seeking to satisfy these needs is a fundamental impulse that guides much of canine behavior. Desire, although closely linked to need, focuses more on the satisfaction of cravings that may not be vital, but enhance the quality of life of the animal. In dogs, this can manifest in the preference for certain foods, toys, or activities. Desire intensifies the motivation towards specific actions that, while not always essential for survival, significantly contribute to the emotional and physical well-being of the dog. Impatience emerges as a state of anxiety or restlessness in anticipation of something desired or necessary. This impulse can be observed in dogs eagerly awaiting their food, the arrival of their owner, or the moment to go for a walk. Impatience can lead to behaviors of restlessness or excitement, showing the strong influence of anticipation and desire in canine behavior. In contrast to humans, whose impulses may be strongly influenced by hedonism and the pursuit of pleasure, the impulses in dogs are predominantly focused on satisfying essential needs for their survival. Although dogs can also exhibit behaviors driven by pleasure, their main motivation is oriented towards performing acts necessary for their well-being and survival. Primary impulses in dogs are significantly influenced by internal stimulations and are part of the biological activation necessary both for the individual survival of the organism and for the preservation of the species. These impulses include, but are not limited to, feeding, defense, reproduction, and care of offspring. Understanding these primary impulses is essential for any approach in canine psychology, as they provide a window into the intrinsic needs and instinctive behaviors of dogs, allowing for better management, training, and care of these animals. Recognizing and respecting these natural impulses is key to fostering a safe and stimulating environment that promotes the well-being and mental health of the dog. Among the most fundamental impulses that influence behavior in both humans and canines are hunger, thirst, and sexual drive. These primary impulses are deeply rooted in the biology of living beings and play crucial roles in survival and reproduction. Hunger. In the case of hunger, this impulse is regulated by the hypothalamus, a region of the brain that functions as a control center for the sensation of hunger and satiety. There are two specific centers in the hypothalamus related to hunger, one that stimulates appetite and the desire to eat, and another that promotes the sensation of satiety, decreasing the need to consume food. This dual regulation ensures that the organism maintains an adequate energy balance, eating when necessary and stopping once satiety has been reached. In dogs, this mechanism is similar and is essential to avoid both malnutrition and overfeeding, both conditions that can lead to serious health problems. Thirst. Similarly, the impulse of thirst is regulated by homeostatic mechanisms that maintain the balance of fluids in the body. The regulators of thirst are also located in the brain and work to ensure that the organism consumes enough water to compensate for fluid losses through processes such as breathing, sweating, and the elimination of waste. In dogs, the sense of thirst is vital to prevent dehydration, especially after intense exercise or on hot days. This impulse motivates them to seek water, thus ensuring their hydration and the proper functioning of their bodily systems. Sex. The sexual impulse, on the other hand, is fundamental for reproduction and the survival of the species. In humans, this impulse is associated with a complex system that includes the activation and response of the nervous system, as well as the influence of certain hormones in the bloodstream. The human sexual response cycle, which comprises the phases of arousal, plateau, orgasm, and resolution, is well documented. In dogs, the sexual impulse is also mediated by biological and hormonal factors, playing a crucial role in reproductive behavior. Hormonal changes not only motivate the search for a mate, but also regulate specific behaviors that facilitate reproduction. Understanding this impulse is essential for responsible dog breeding management, including the decision to spay or neuter pets to prevent unwanted reproduction. In summary, the impulses of hunger, thirst, and sex are fundamental for individual survival and the continuity of the species. In the field of canine psychology, a deep understanding of these primary impulses allows dog owners and caregivers to provide more effective care and satisfy the biological and behavioral needs of their pets, thus promoting their overall well-being and harmonious coexistence. Mammals constitute a diverse and complex biological group characterized by several distinctive features that allow them to adapt to a wide range of environments on Earth. This class of vertebrate animals is distinguished mainly by their ability to maintain a constant body temperature, regardless of environmental conditions, thanks to their homothermic metabolism. This characteristic provides them with a significant adaptive advantage, allowing them to inhabit from cold Arctic regions to warm deserts. Another significant trait of mammals is the presence of hair or fur covering all or part of their body. Hair fulfills various critical functions, including protection against the elements, body temperature regulation, and in some cases, such as in felines, it is used for camouflage or social signals among individuals. The color, texture, and density of hair can vary significantly between species, reflecting their adaptation to different habitats and lifestyles. Mammalian reproduction also presents unique characteristics. Embryos develop internally within the mother's uterus, allowing for a more protected and controlled development of the fetus. This reproductive strategy contrasts with that of other vertebrates, such as reptiles and amphibians, whose eggs develop externally. Female mammals possess mammary glands that produce milk, a nutritious substance rich in fats, proteins, and antibodies. Lactation is an exclusive trait of mammals and plays a crucial role in the survival of offspring during the early stages of life, providing them not only with food, but also with passive immunity against various diseases. Moreover, mammals exhibit a great diversity in terms of size, shape, and behavior. They range from tiny bats and shrews, which can weigh less than a gram, to the enormous blue whales, which are the largest animals that have ever lived on Earth. This diversity extends to their dietary habits, which can be herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, and even specialized like insectivores and filter feeders. In the context of canine psychology, understanding that dogs are mammals allows applying this knowledge to improve their care and management. Recognizing that dogs share fundamental characteristics with other mammals, such as the need for nutrition through mother's milk in the early stages of life, the importance of fur for temperature regulation, and their emotional and social development, we can adapt our breeding, training, and care practices to better meet their intrinsic needs as mammals. A concept is a proposition that is put forward as a tentative solution to a specific problem or question based on previous observations, existing knowledge, or even informed intuition. In the field of canine psychology, as in other scientific disciplines, the formulation of hypotheses is a critical step in the research process, as it guides the direction of subsequent studies and experiments. For a hypothesis to be useful and effective, it must be stated clearly and precisely, allowing its verification through empirical methods. In other words, it must be susceptible to being tested through observation and experimentation, allowing researchers to determine its validity. A suitable hypothesis not only predicts a possible outcome or explanation, but also establishes a causal or correlational relationship between variables. In the field of canine psychology, hypotheses can address a wide range of topics, from the effect of different training methods on dogs' behavior to the impact of the family environment on pets' emotional development. For example, a hypothesis could state that early exposure to a variety of stimuli reduces the likelihood of fear behaviors in adult dogs. This proposition is based on observation and existing theories about canine behavioral development and can be confirmed or refuted through the collection and analysis of real data. Once a hypothesis has been formulated, the next step is to design an experiment or observational study that allows evaluating its truthfulness. This process involves selecting an appropriate group of study subjects, precisely defining the variables of interest, and implementing rigorous controls to minimize the influence of external factors. If the study's results support the hypothesis, it can be considered a step towards understanding the studied phenomena. If not, the hypothesis must be revised or discarded, and the research process continues with new questions. The ability to formulate and test hypotheses is fundamental in canine psychology, as it allows researchers and professionals to build a body of knowledge based on evidence about dogs' behavior, cognition, and well-being. This scientific approach contributes to the development of more robust theories and more effective practices in the care, training, and rehabilitation of dogs, thus improving the relationship between canines and their humans. Memory, defined at its core as the ability to remember, is a relevant element in cognition, both in humans and dogs. This complex process allows storing, retaining, and retrieving information about past experiences, learnings, skills, and various recognitions. In the field of canine psychology, understanding dogs' memory is crucial for optimizing their training, management, and overall well-being. Memory in dogs is generally classified into several types, each with its specific characteristics and functions. These include working or short-term memory and long-term memory, which can be divided into implicit, procedural, and explicit, declarative memory. Working or short-term memory is the ability to retain information temporarily for immediate use. In dogs, this can manifest in the ability to follow instructions during training or remember the location of a hidden toy for a short period. This memory is essential for daily tasks and allows dogs to respond flexibly to their environment. Long-term memory refers to the ability to store information more permanently, enabling dogs to remember experiences, individuals, places, and skills for long periods, even years. Long-term memory is divided into implicit or procedural memory, related to skills and tasks that are learned and performed without the need for conscious thought, such as walking on a leash or performing specific tricks. This form of memory is crucial for learning behaviors and motor skills. Explicit or declarative memory involves the conscious recall of specific information, such as the location of objects or past events. Although traditionally thought to be exclusive to humans, recent research suggests that dogs may also have forms of explicit memory, allowing them to remember, for example, where toys or treats were hidden, even after considerable periods. The efficacy of memory in dogs can be influenced by various factors, including breed, age, training level, and overall health. For example, young and physically fit dogs tend to show a greater memory capacity than older dogs or those with health issues. Moreover, regular training and mental stimulation can significantly improve retention and retrieval of memory in dogs of all ages. Understanding how memory functions in dogs is fundamental for developing effective training techniques, solving behavioral problems, and enriching the lives of these pets by providing repeated positive experiences, consistent training, and continuous learning opportunities. We can help maximize our canine companions' memory capacity, which in turn improves their quality of life and strengthens the bond between dogs and humans. Illusion. Illusion refers to the act of mentioning or referring to something or someone indirectly. In canine psychology, illusions can be used in training or communication to guide the dog's behavior without direct instructions, encouraging their capacity for inference and attention. Reasoning. Reasoning, defined as the faculty of thinking or reasoning, is crucial in the study of canine psychology, highlighting dogs' ability to solve problems and make decisions based on their understanding of the environment. Through reasoning, dogs evaluate situations, learn from previous experiences, and apply that learning to new contexts. This ability manifests in various forms, such as the capacity to follow complex commands, solve puzzles to obtain rewards, or adapt to changes in their environment. The development of canine reasoning is fundamental for effective training and improves the interaction between dogs and humans, allowing dogs to participate more fully in their owners' lives. Stimulating reasoning in dogs through games, training, and mental challenges not only enriches their well-being, but also strengthens the bond with their caregivers. Instincts. Instincts represent a set of innate behaviors, that is, those that are not acquired through learning or experience, but are rooted in the genetics of living beings. In dogs, these instincts manifest as automatic and predictable responses to certain stimuli and vary little among individuals of the same species. These instinctive behaviors include, but are not limited to, hunting, mating, territory protection, and raising offspring. For example, the hunting instinct may lead a dog to chase prey, or prey substitutes, such as toys, while the maternal instinct drives females to care for and protect their puppies. These instincts, several essential functions for survival and reproduction, ensuring that dogs can respond effectively to their environment without the need for a conscious learning process. Understanding and recognizing canine instincts is vital for providing proper care, managing behaviors, and fostering an environment where dogs can express their natural behaviors in a healthy and safe manner. In the next installment, we will talk about fears and phobias in dogs. Thank you for watching our video. If you could give us a like, that would be great, as it motivates us to continue providing information. And if you could leave us a comment, I would be very grateful, as we all learn from each other, and we all have experiences to share to continue expanding the universe of knowledge about our faithful friends, dogs. Again, thank you very much for being here. And if you can subscribe, I would appreciate it. Because this video material for YouTube, we have created it with a lot of love, the same love we have for our dogs. May you start or end your day very well. And may all this material contribute a seed that serves to learn more about our most faithful friends, dogs, and thus know them better. A big hug to everyone, Willie.